Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Roman's Christmas. It is Christmas Day, however, it's not the best of Christmas days. Everybody is still recovering from Christmas Eve. There was a murder, a suicide, and yeah, spirits aren't high. We're trying to have some darts, and that's what we're going to do now. Everybody's had a practice round, and people are feeling confident, so here we go. The next round's going to begin shortly. Get ready. Oh yeah, I'm coming. Let's play some darts. Peter rubbed his hands and walked to the counter. After a few rounds, Vincent had lost all of his 45 state wager. Though it wasn't a big amount for him, he looked mournful as he walked back to the counter. Ionis turned the tables in later rounds, and even won a little. Elegant pretended to be a novice and finally managed to lose only a small sum of money. Also, one thing that's been going on in the background is that Sarzan's keys went missing from the counter, and then they suddenly reappeared without people really commenting on it. So there is something has happened in the meantime. Anzox and Sarzan were in first and second place. I figured that Sarzan was going to win the whole pot with his techniques, but Anzox got unexpected 360 points and won. Seems luck didn't bless the two rookies, as Peter and Thrivy tried hard, but could only break even. I was not in a good mood, so I lost more than Elegant did. Sarzan was absent for a few of the later rounds because he was busy preparing Christmas dinner in the kitchen. I can't manage this all by myself. Is there anyone who can give me a hand, please? It would be better if Kane had been there, but Kane is kind of like dead and stuff. Okay, Peter's gonna help. Peter followed Sarzan into the kitchen. According to custom, there's no lunch for Christmas Day. The poor can save a meal, while the rich can ready their stomachs and prepare for a huge dinner. One of the few customs everyone could partake in. Okay, Mum would have made me help Auntie with dinner. Well, who would resist a second chance? Opportunity like that. No wonder it's only available when I go home. I don't know why. Originally I didn't want to go home, and now I feel a bit homesick. Everyone was resting at the table, and the few who were awake did not seem to be in a talkative mood. Anzox was playing the lute. What should we do? Okay, so let's read our book a little bit, learn a little bit more history. 1st of September 1230, Helios I died, and his successor Helios II ascended to the throne. Once Helios II came to power, he made a pledge that he would realise Helios I's unfinished aspiration. Helios II sent royal guards to inspect the country, punishing any who discriminated against other races. Though these persuasive measures have been viewed by some as harsh or cruel, the results have been undeniable. So we have equality throughout all species in this world. I closed the book as the smell of stewed mutton reached my nostrils. Okay, Christmas dinner's almost ready. Could you guys help bring the tables together, please? Okie dokie. I'll start serving dinner when everyone's here. Me, Heron and Ionis started moving around the tables, placing the long table top on top, and laying out the red and green striped tablecloths. It was getting dark, and everyone gathered at the table. Merry Christmas. Let us hope it surely will be. Peter came out from the kitchen carrying a cauldron. Misty white steam floated out of the gap of the lid. I gotta say, Peter was really shook up when his best friend got killed kind of thing, and now he seems really chirpy. The pot was so large I could only see the tops of Peter's ears behind it. Peter stumbled near the long table and slammed the pot onto the table, splashing some gravy. I have to admit that one's advantage to having such a small figure. Even Peter was a bit clumsy with the dishes. No one would complain. If a big guy like Ionis slammed down a pot like that, people would think he wanted a fight. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, next time you need to carry a big pot of stuff, just let me know. I'll do it. Heron accidentally dropped the serving spoon on the floor and asked Anzox, who was near the kitchen, to help him get another one. Sarzan also came out with 2 large plates of grilled meat and baked apples. Okay, so there's a lot of people going in and out of this kitchen because obviously there's been a murder, and while the suspect did kill themselves, I don't know, there's more to this story, so I'm trying to keep track of who's going in and out of the kitchen, who's going upstairs, downstairs, because you know it's going to get referred to later. But here we go. Here comes Solar. There is still apples this season. If stored properly, yeah, you can eat them all year round. Although this plate is my last stock. As soon as Tarzan set the few dishes down, everyone started to reach out. Wait a sec. What? Ionis's hand hung in the air, his eyes looking a bit vicious. Given that it's Christmas, I think we should pray before eating, to thank the God who gives us food. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Mon Dieu, someone mentioned this before, Father Heron. Wait, I don't have my rosary on me. I might need to go upstairs to get it. Heron stood up strenuously, preparing to squeeze around half the table to get to the stairs. Relax, I'll go fetch it. The quicker it's done, the quicker we can eat. Wait, the door's still locked. Anzoc seemed not to hear, and he strolled upstairs with the loot. That red-scaled bard better hurry up. There was a muffled sound upstairs. Okay, something has happened. Oh no, I shouldn't have spoken. Anzoc must have tripped or something, right? The carpet on the second floor is thick, so he's probably fine. Take it easy. Tarzan quickly left the table and head upstairs. I also ran up to follow. Everyone on edge. The closer to the stairs I got, the more the smell of stew and spices in the tavern became mixed with the familiar, wet, coppery smell. Smells like it was more than just a fall. I ran up the stairs quickly, taking them two at a time and clutching the handrail as I rushed up along the inside of the spiral staircase. It was Anzoc. He was lying on the carpet, motionless. The wooden ladder leading to the attic had fallen. It had struck him on the head. Bright red blood spread down across Anzoc's darker crimson scales and leaked into the thick carpet. The heavy wooden ladder was still pressed against his head, like a boot pressing down on top of a melon. The hemp rope, which had originally tied the ladder to a wooden handle, swung like a pendulum in the air. Tarzan stood there, stunned for a moment before he rushed forward to pull the twine. Anzoc! The ladder slid up from the loft along the guide rails, making a sharp friction noise. Three of you squeezed past me and crouched beside him. Wait, don't disturb the scene. He's alive, fool. What? He's still alive? His head is covered with blood. Being covered with blood doesn't mean you're dead. Three of you pulled a white handkerchief from his pocket and pressed it against Anzoc's head. The fabric slowly turned red from the wound, spreading across it like spilled wine on the tablecloth. How can you... Three of you grabbed Anzoc's tail and knuckled down firmly against the ventral side. The flaccid tail curled up at once and did not slacken again until the hand was released. You see, he's still alive. If we can stop the bleeding, get him to the bed and apply a poultice, he should recover. You really are calm about this. Not to interrupt, but this ladder isn't exactly light. Could you, Lunik grabbed Anzoc's armpits. Three of you supported his head, and I lifted Anzoc's legs. Then we lifted him aside together. Once we were out of the way, Tarzan loosened his grip and let the ladder fall back down. Anzoc's not going to be waking up for a while. Carry him upstairs and put him in his bed. When I count trois, we lift him together upstairs. Un, deux, trois. Lunik and I carried Anzoc's limp body up into the attic. Why do unconscious ones feel heavier than usual? Over to the bed now. Okay, just leave him to me. Do something else and stay out of my way. Three of you sat on the edge of the bed, putting bottles and tins from his medicine box. What's the situation? I don't know. It will be some time before he regains consciousness. Oh, I'm just relieved that you can take care of him. I climbed down the wooden ladder. I've got to say that I'm surprised that Lunik came out to help. Is that foolish bard? Is he okay? Well, he's not gonna die, it seems. Good. Well then, let's begin to search. What? Do you assume Anzoc's injury was an accident? Isn't it because the handle I used to secure the rope broke? Well, perhaps. Elegant shrugged. We were all downstairs at the time of the accident, so surely it was just an accident, but it fell off somehow. As much as I'd prefer to go back and eat, I'm already hungry enough to inspire my predatory instincts. We should try to finish dinner first. In the weather like this, stew gets cold quick. And I haven't eaten anything today. How could you eat with such a problem stuck in your throat? Forget it, let's finish it quick. I heard of a foreign general who had no time to drink after pouring a glass of warm wine, and then went to battle with the enemy general. When he returned victorious, the wine was still warm. Then let me do a simple survey to find out what the reason is. I took the keychain from Tarzan and straightened my collar. But the crime scene's been... It's fine. I've seen it all. I can rebuild it. Should I drag Anzoc's back down the ladder? If you must do this to solve the case, I'll do it. Isn't it too cruel to let Anzoc's go back there? Oh, thanks for your hard work. I will pull up the ladder a little, so you may slowly climb under the ladder and not hurt yourself. Here. Up. Yeah, left a bit, yeah. Go somewhere else to search. I haven't finished yet. Elegant squatted down and grabbed Tarzan's horns to position him. Hey, easy there. My key's locked inside my room? The keychain is pinned around my waist. Take it yourself and return it afterwards, okay? Okay. Wait, the door's open again. What is going on? Okay, so Tarzan's gonna play as Anzox and pretend he's the victim, and we're going to try and search the crime scene. So if someone tampered with the rope and timed it so it fell down on top of him? I'm not sure. Let's talk. Talk to Sarzan. I crouched down to talk to him, who was lying under the ladder. Can I ask you? Not unless I want to open my mouth wide enough to answer. Well, I think you also don't speak Draconic. What can you tell me about the ladder to the attic? Other than the fact it's currently on top of me? Well, it's heavy. If it dropped on someone your size, you might die. Then why did you install it into the tavern? Normally I'm the only one living in the attic. I don't operate the ladder when there are guests nearby, so I didn't expect it to hit someone. By the way, when Anzox came to the tavern, he usually slept with me in the attic. Slept with him? Okay. Not to be rude, but could you hurry up? My head's getting sore. Yeah, he's got a ladder on his head. Okay, elegant. Sarzan, can you move over a little and take a look? Excuse me, I've got something to ask you. Okay, just be quick. What's your assumptions? What do you think happened? Nothing? An acquaintance did this. Why? Only someone who knew Anzox well could predict his behaviour and sabotage the ladder. So you say. Okay. What's the situation with the scene? Speak with the others first. I'm still figuring out if there are some clues. I need to concentrate to figure this out. Okay, those who went upstairs. Who went upstairs today, both morning and afternoon? Do you not remember? I'm just trying to confirm it. Today, 3 of you went upstairs first, then yourself, Vincel, went upstairs during the darts game. Then everyone was resting in the hall during the afternoon. Okay. Then about your name list, can we still ask? Anzox's name is also on the list of your room. Can you explain that? She's got a list of everyone in the building, but she's crossing them out one by one. It might be a coincidence, but never mind. I may be tempted to burn that book. What if it's some kind of cursed notebook that kills everyone whose name is written in it and crossed out? It's not a death note. Oh wow, I never expected you to believe in curses. Okay, we'll leave it there. Go about your business. So can we search? I haven't finished. Go do something else. Okay. We gotta go and talk to other people. Things on the first floor are irrelevant to the case. I'll go check all of the guests' rooms. Although not everyone could give useful testimony, asking everyone still necessary. Then we shall make a move. Shall we go to the attic? Let's go up. Thriv here. Yo. What do you think happened? I'm not familiar with Anzox, but I'm not surprised someone finds him to be annoying, based on how he behaves while we share the room. Okay, why? He plays his lute at night, while in bed. Okay. Well, I understand some nobles will hire musicians to play music while they sleep. I don't think it's quite my preference. Okay, so how's he doing? What can you tell me about his injuries? His scales partially deflected the blow, so the actual wound isn't that deep. It still bled heavily though, and it's still a head injury. Okay, so when do you think he's going to wake up? Best case scenario, a few days, but that's assuming there isn't significant trauma to the brain or internal bleeding. I'd be lucky to wake up at all if that thing hit me. If it weren't for his scales, or if it struck him on the neck, he likely wouldn't have survived. I'm pretty sure the last place anyone unconscious would want is to be here. It's kind of unsettling. Okay. Thank you. So, can we talk to this guy? I bent down to gaze at him. He was lying on the bed, his head wrapped in white cloth, with the uninjured side down. By the way, is it possible for dragons to lie flat on their back? Or would their horns pierce through the pillow or something? Poke shout. Let's give him a poke. I'll poke his tummy. Though covered with scales, it was unexpectedly bouncy. Detective, what are you doing? Please don't disturb him. Oh, I ain't doing nothing. I drew back my hands. So can we try again? So maybe, can we shout? Hello, Anzox? No shouting, please. I thought I could rouse him and get a statement. Ask him after he's recovered. Okay, we'll leave it there then. I guess we can have a look around. So yeah, he is out cold. Anzox's bed. He sleeps here almost every stay at the White Star Tavern. And now he's lying in it too. Okay, this luggage here. 3 of his medicine box. It's heavy. Is there anything different from the time we searched before? 3 of his book is a blurred dragon and weird sigils scrawled on the cover. Let's keep looking around. 3 of his bed used to be one of Sarzan's and now loaned to 3 to sleep on. I have no idea why there's a smell of herbs on the bed. So, wasn't there a set of keys? Well, he is completely out. Yeah, he's completely out. This is Sarzan's bed, right? There were originally two, but one of them was given to Thrivy. That is fine. So there's the keys. This is important. Keys seem to be a major factor in a lot of these cases. Sarzan's key is hanging on the bedside. The keys would be here if there are any unoccupied rooms. But only Sarzan has the cellar key, and it's not on the keychain. Okay. And it's still snowing outside, so we are stuck. So let's go somewhere else. Let's go... How about the attic? We're done. Down. Let's go to the posh people's room. Let's talk. Talk to Soda. Marquise Soda, could I ask you a few questions? Oh, of course. Have you ever noticed anything odd during the day? I could smell the scent of orange blossom, jasmine and vanilla on Soda. It was just like she'd come from the southern parts of the kingdom. I didn't notice anything bizarre. I watched you play darts before noon, and then in the afternoon I took a nap. I tried to stop my nose from stiffing too hard. I do apologise if that was of little help though. Okay, it's fine. About Lunik, he helped us carry Anzox up. So, Marquis, can you recall what happened? If I recall, after the sun rose, Sarzan called everyone to go downstairs. I'd just awoken, so I went downstairs together with Solar. Sarzan advised us not to disturb you, so you stayed asleep until we had finished le petit déjeuner, and later you came downstairs, somnolent. So I was the only person who hadn't eaten the whole day. There was approximately 3 to 4 people who went down. I was taking a nap in the afternoon, so I know nothing of that. And le dîner? I haven't had it yet, so this guy's speaking a lot of French, and I'm doing my best to keep up. That made me hungrier. To conclude, Heron didn't bring his rosary, so Anzox went upstairs to assist him. And then the unfortunate incident occurred. Okay, thanks. I guess I'll leave it there. So can I search your stuff now? Because he wouldn't let us before. I was approaching the nightstand when Lunik came by and stood between me and it. Something I can help you with? So much for checking that. Can I look in the drawer, please? No, there's no article in the drawer in relation to the crime, I presume. Lunik's lips curved into a faint smile. As a Marquis, I possess the privilege to refuse any unjustifiable search. I think Peter might have been right about unfairness the other day. Okay, so there's nothing really to search here, I don't believe. There's the bell that was used to ring up Sean. But no one's going to respond to the bell from now on because Sean be dead. So let us move on. Let's check our room. Has someone been through our stuff again? Because that would really upset me. So how's our stuff looking? This is the evidence from my last case and the notebook that I kept notes in. Let's check our notes this time. 20th of December. This is all in Chinese. Because this is a Chinese game and someone did not translate this bit. Okay. So we'll leave it at that. What's the clue? Can I read that? Was it translated? Case notes. Okay. Okay, we've had this before actually, so that is fine. Always good to have lots of evidence that you can call upon. My backpack, my clothing, and my sundries. I didn't bring enough to change every day, of course. I got a question. Did everybody wash in the toilets? Is it like a communal washroom kind of thing? Anyway, nothing here. Let's check out Vincel. He went to move around, didn't he? Can we search? What's in your luggage, man? Vincel's luggage. The clothing inside it is embroidered with fancy patterns and dark thread. And in the drawer? Drawer is still empty. Okay, let's keep moving. So let's go map. And this is Elegant's room. We know she's not there. But it doesn't hurt to snoop. You never know. Someone might have planted some evidence on somebody else. So what about the drawers? This is her suspicious notebook. It's the list of 13 names. My name is now crossed out too. I think that she's investigating something. Well, we know she's investigating, and I think she's crossing off the names once she's decided they're no longer suspicious. So let's keep moving. Kane's room. This is where Kane died. Kane is not here anymore. I couldn't help thinking of him every time I stepped into this room. Did he leave anything behind? Maybe. Nothing in the drawer. Small drops of blood on the bedsheet. They're a bit faded from time, but they can still be seen. Wow, got bloodstains still. Nothing is in the drawer. Oh, I meant the chair, but okay. Candle? Candlestick. No idea if it's the same one from the other night, though. And the window. Window is closed firm. Okay, let's move again. Shall we check out the other dead person's room? We got Sean's room here. Sean is gone, but let's check it out just in case. Search. Drawers. Oh, luggage. Lunik and soda suitcases, well crafted, stored here. I can't open them without their permission. About down here, the drawer is empty. Did he have no possessions of his own? Sean seemed to make the bed his own way, but he will never have the chance to lie on it. Because he did. No good. I was kind of hoping that we'd find something. But let's keep exploring. We got a couple more rooms, and then maybe we should go downstairs. Let's talk to Heron. Yo, how are you doing? Talk about the rosary. Don't you always carry it with you? Most of the time, but I left it at my bedside this time. It's kind of unlucky. Yeah. How about your version of events? Can you remember what happened before dinner? Before the dinner, I proposed we pray before the meal to glorify God. Then Anzox went upstairs to get my rosary, which I had forgotten. Unfortunately, something bad happened in the end. Maybe it was the punishment of God for my laziness. That's not right. What? This isn't divine judgment, it's murder. If God wants to punish someone, he should only be the murderer. He's not dead though. As for finding out who the murderer was, it's my responsibility. Suddenly, I think you're even a little handsome. Just a little? Oh, okay, that's weird. Let's talk about Anzox. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you've been handling Anzox recently. Really? For example, pouring drinks for you this morning? Oh, just a few times. Heron tapped his fingers a few times, yeah. Isn't it normal to help someone get something, just to be nice? Yeah, so Anzox and Heron were hanging out. He was asking Anzox to get drinks for him all the time. So yeah, let's search. What are you hiding? Heron didn't stop me from approaching the nightstand, and I didn't hesitate. Okay, his Bible and rosary. Anzox was hit when he came to fetch the rosary. Then why is the rosary still here? I took the rosary and cupped it close to my nose, sniffing it deeply. It's this smell, now I remember. After a while, I'll compare it with the smell of the scene. Okay, so it's like a deep red. Okay, we've got to remember that scent, that's an important clue. Let's go maybe next door. Peter's room. Peter's door was tightly locked, and intermittent sobbing came from the door. Peter is struggling, man. Yo, Peter. I knocked on the door. No reply. You okay? The crying grew louder. I think it's better not to disturb him. He's really, really struggling. Shall we go downstairs? Let's visit the toilet. Make sure no one's disposing or trying to flush anything away. Also, we got to check how we're doing as well. Almost lost myself in the mirror, staring at the heavy dark circles under my eyes. Yeah, this is a struggle. We're not getting our food and we're not getting much sleep. There are brown hairs floating in the water of the surface of the sink, and it looks different from mine. Okay, and the stalls? I haven't eaten for a whole day, so I've got nothing to excrete. Okay. Let's back up. Where should we go? How about... I'll leave the hall to last, I think. The cellar or the kitchen? Let's try the cellar. Yeah, nothing here. Let's try the kitchen. Let's keep searching. Got all the spoons and stuff. Ham knife, slicing knife, vegetable chopper and bread slicer are on the knife rack. And we got a chopping knife here. A knife stuck on the chopping board. Is there anything... If that knife ever goes missing, I'm going to be well suspicious. Cold meat stew in the pot. The broth has congealed. Gross. And over here, cold meat stew. That's also congealed. Disgusting. The fire's died out. What's this? The level of the water's gone down a bit since yesterday. Okay. So I think we need to go maybe to the counter. Oh no, no. Move again. We got the hall. I thought that there was a counter had its own area. Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll go to the hallway. So we've got a couple people here as well. Vincel and Ionis were sitting at either end of a long table. Vincel is leaning over the back of the chair and Ionis is bent over the table. The meat stew's still hot and the steam's getting out from the pot cover. Okay, let's talk to Vincel. Mr. Vincel, I wonder if it's convenient for you to answer some questions? Oh, of course, my good detective. Ask away. Can you remember what happened before and after dinner? Technically, it's not even after dinner yet. Well, Heron suggested we pray before the meal. Then he said he forgot his rosary and wanted to go upstairs to fetch it. Anzox was nearer the stairs, so he went instead. Then we heard the sound. Oh, I see. So, what about Ionis? What do you think happened? I hope it's just an accident. It will be terrible if anything happens again, especially on Christmas. And if there's a killer among us, I can't exactly say I can relax about it. Oh, why can't they just surrender instead of playing hide and seek? Ain't like attempted murder is going to result in a death sentence. Would you just wait patiently at the docks after you got in a fight with someone? Damn straight. Okay, let's talk about Anzox. What do you think of him? Nothing special, it's just a bard. Nothing special? He hangs around a bunch of taverns and only stays for a few days, so it's not like he has much time to make friends or enemies. I doubt anyone's willing to lend him money, though he never asked. Anyhow, I don't understand why anyone would want to kill him. Prayer before a meal. What was with you objecting to a prayer before dinner? Everything was fine without it, if there wasn't so much drama for the day. By the way, wasn't it the first mealtime prayer we had the whole time? Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it at that. That's all for now. So, honestly, if I think about it, maybe Anzox wasn't the intended target. If the rosary was upstairs, maybe the monk was the target. I'm not sure. Let's have a look around. Anything in the drink? It's just a cup. Let's look around. Here's the bar. There are still some drops of gravy which weren't wiped out. Anything else? What is this? There's the smell of cold food coming from the kitchen. Here's the hearth. The fireplace was still warm and bright, but the Christmas atmosphere in the tavern was now gloomy and cold. Not a lot to look at. Should we go back upstairs? I think we've spoken to everybody. So let's go back up. And check out the corridor. I've searched everywhere else. Time to focus on the crime scene for now. Oh, okay. So let's search. We haven't really looked around ourselves a bit, so let's have a look. Got the ladder. The ladder was suspended from the attic ceiling by a rope and lifted along the guide rails. Hemp rope was usually wrapped around the wooden handle on the left-hand side of the 7th floor, suspending the ladder. When I arrived at the scene, the bottom of the ladder was pressed against Anzox's head. Okay, so here's the rope. The wooden handle's now broken. Most of the remains of the wooden handle were tangled in the rope and swayed in the air. The wooden handle looks like it bent and then broke. The cut is very new. The cross-section of the wooden handle has many sharp wooden splinters, and it seems that several of them broke. So where is it attached to over here? Wooden handle. A rope is usually wrapped around it, but now it's been broken, leaving only the base on the wall. The wooden handle looks like it bent and then broke. The colour is very new. The cross-section of the wooden handle has many sharp wooden splinters, and seems that several of them broke. Okay. This is on the left. Near to far are Kane, Heron, Peter and Sean's rooms, which we've searched. So on this side it's the other set of rooms. We've got Vincel, Elegant, Ionis's, and my room. Nothing was found. So here is Sarzan pretending to be Anzox. Yeah, that looked painful as shit. How you doing down there? You okay? Is the ladder too heavy for you? No, just finish it quick, okay? Anzox's wound is on the back of his head. It won't do this on Sarzan though. I took some notes. Here. Okay. Is there anything else? Sarzan's strong arms. Is that blood? Blood on the floor. Got his back? Sarzan's muscular back. When he isn't so busy, he would untie the belt on his wings and flap them. That's the reason his wings are still strong. Oh, so can he actually fly? Are you okay? Is the ladder too heavy for you? Okay, I think that's about it. About the ladder itself. The ladder is now on Sarzan's head with Anzox's blood soaked in it. A ladder like this could knock even Anzox into a coma. I think that's it. So, I've searched everywhere else, time to focus on the crime scene. Let's talk. Or we can sniff. Let's talk. Scene situation. Anzox is lying on the floor, with the ladder pressing on his head, which is covered in blood. He lay on the carpet, heading toward the end of the corridor. The ladder was suspended by the pulley with the rope and was hung from the attic. If one were to untie the rope wrapped around the wooden handle, the ladder will slide into a fixed position on the guide rail. Okay, so maybe now we can sniff. We did get scent in Heron's room, so maybe we can compare. I took a deep breath, trying to sniff out the murderer. Although it doesn't work all the time, it saves me trouble. But the scent of blood is strong. I can't connect the scents with all these people. Might as well pay more attention to the scents. Okay, let us sniff, see what we can find. I closed my eyes and breathed in and out through my nose. Okay, so we got the rosary scent here. So this is what we've smelt before. Got the rope. Different races and different things smell different. When they interact with each other, they'll leave their unique scent on each other. If I close my eyes and sniff carefully, I can locate the position of every odour and then restore them to the scene. The more similar interaction methods, places and times are, the more similar the scent is. So okay, we've got no special scents on the rope. The handle's cracked end, Anzot's touched it. Okay. The handle's cracked end, Anzot's and the murderer both touched it. The smell makes me nervous. Got the red, smells of blood, smells like sweat and silver. What does that mean? The scent grows thicker at the bottom. Okay, so the red down here must be Anzox's scent. Sarzan lies here with a totally different scent. It's hard enough to simulate position, but way too hard to simulate the scent. Luckily, Anzox's scent still lingers. And we got the rosary scent here. This smells like something at the crime scene. What smells like the rosary? The wooden handle? The handle smells a bit like the rosary, just a bit. Let me put it this way, the base scent differs. So okay, so what else smells? The ladder. The ladder smells just like the rosary. This usually means they were contacted a lot. But why? That should do it. I've got enough evidence. It's time to find out the truth. Okay, so that is what we're going to do in the next episode. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.